All right, y'all. AEW Dynamite review for November 30th, 2022. Outside the MJF segment, this show was pretty much fucking terrible. You got all these matches nobody cares about. You got all these jobbers nobody fucking knows, and all this other shit going on. I don't know what the fuck's going on with wrestling, man. Anyways, first thing, John Moxley comes out, pretty much just calls out anybody in the locker room, like death, taxes, and John Moxley, three certainties, guarantees in life or whatever. So returning Hangman Page comes out. Don't really care about that. And then they just pretty much brawl. Security and like referees and shit just come out to fucking break it up. Next up, we got Bryan Danielson versus Dax Harwood. Dax hit 3 German suplexes. Dax landed a paw driver for a 2 count. Bryan hit a jumping knee strike off the apron. Back in the ring. Bryan hits elbows to Dax Harwood's chest while they're on the top rope. Dax hit a slingshot powerbomb for a near fall, and then Bryan applied the crossface, and Dax Harwood taps out. There's a backstage segment with Ricky Starks. He says he's entering himself into the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal next week. Says he's coming for MJF's ring, his belt, and his spot. Everything you have, I am owed as well. And then Hangman Page and Moxley are brawling in the back now. And officials and referees break that up. Just kind of random again. Shouldn't they have thrown him out after the first brawl? Makes no sense. Next match for the TNT title, Samoa Joe versus some jobber named AR Fox. Joe hit a senton, Fox hit a DDT and a 450 splash for a 2 count. And then Joe hit the muscle buster for a 3 count in the win. After the match, Wardlow pops up on the screen. He says it's Wardlow's world. That was pretty much it for that. So I guess they're feuding now. All right, next up, got William Regal and MJF. Max says Regal sent me an email after the firm attacked me. So he pulls his phone out and reads the email. And it says, I watched on as the firm attacked you. It's become very clear you have grown weak. I see the potential for you to become not a villain, but the greatest villain of our time. However, you have much to learn if you want to get the world title. This time, grab the brass one. After me and Regal met, and MJF says, this man is a genius. He wanted me to leave Moxley with a lesson in the form and emotional scar, so he won't forget the day he was outsmarted by MJF. And then Max says he respects the firm. He wants to make change. He says the title needs an upgrade. And then he says none of the past champions are on my level. He says this version of the title is garbage. Then he chucks the belt out of the ring. And then William Regal reveals a new belt. It's pretty much the same fucking belt. The straps are a barberry color, same as his fucking scarf. The fucking differences. And then he says Eddie Kingston will never be champion. He says fake tough guys like Ricky Starks. He's a fake star. Fake wrestlers like Bryan Danielson, who couldn't wrestle his way out of a paper bag. That was kind of funny. Says no offense, Regal. Some people can't be helped. And he says a message to everybody in the back. I'm going to be champion until the bidding war of 2024, where I will use the title as a bargaining chip to get the biggest contract in the history of wrestling. And then he says he's talking about getting offered a contract by Nick Khan. And then he says, I'm talking about my boy, the game, Trips. I'm sick of looking at wrestling fans on a weekly basis. Maybe Hollywood wins. So he's just cheesing, maybe going to Hollywood, like The Rock and John Cena and all these other guys. Your happiness will turn into resentment. He's talking about the fans here because you people are fickle. Pretty soon you'll be saying, I'm sick of MJF. He's so boring. All he does is talk. He never wrestles. During my title reign, the title will be defended very rarely. I will wrestle very rarely because I'm a special attraction. I'm about to go on a title reign that is gonna make Bruno Sammartino roll in his grave. My reign of terror has just begun. And then so Max, he pulls out the brass knucks. I thought he was gonna give them back to William Regal, but he goes behind him and he says, he tells Regal, "You said I have much to learn, but you made a deal with the devil. Well, the game has changed." And or before he said that, he hit him with the brass knucks. So I guess they're not together anymore. It's kind of stupid. He helped him win the title. Now he gets rid of him. I guess he doesn't need him. I don't know what's going on. The booking there. And then he tells Regal, MJF exclusively hires top talent. When you're one of them, send me your stuff. Yours sincerely, the world champion, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And the commentators losing their shit. Because in the past, William Regal has had issues of neck injuries and brain bleeding, and he hit him right in the back of the head. And then Tony Schiavone called MJF a piece of shit. That was hilarious. I don't think I've ever heard a commentator say that. Maybe JR on Triple H, I think. Back in the day. That's probably it. This is fucking hilarious. Tony Schiavone said that. And MJF is probably going to beat Ricky Starks, and then we'll see who he feuds with after. And then after Bryan Danielson, the trainers came out, they put him on a stretcher. And then Ricky Starks beat some jobber named Ari Daivari, whoever the fuck that is. Don't care. Anna Jay versus Willow Nightingale. Willow Nightingale wins. Don't care about that. And then the segment with Jade Cargill. She's doing her celebration for her title. I don't know why. She hasn't won the titles yet. She's had the belt. She's undefeated. I don't know fucking why the celebration. But she's shooting with Little Bow Wow, some fucking D-list celebrity. Oh, what's going on? And then the main event, the Elite versus Death Triangle. Don't really care. It's the same fucking match with flips, dives, and kicks and shit. The Elite won, so now the series is 2-1. It's probably gonna go 6 or 7, probably 7 matches. I don't really care about this either. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Dynamite.